heart like ours me. I feel for you like a shot. Oh, Tommy Cash with what?
Please do not forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. On September 12, 2024, the world of country music mourned the loss of Tommy Cash, a beloved singer, songwriter, and younger brother of the legendary Johnny Cash. Tommy passed away at the age of 84, marking the end of a life deeply rooted in music, family, and a deep connection to American culture. Though often living in the shadow of his iconic older brother, Tommy carved out his own unique space in country music. With a career spanning over 6 decades, he contributed significantly to the genre, releasing a string of hits in the late 1960s and early 1970s. His passing leaves behind a rich legacy and a bittersweet reminder of the Cash family's extraordinary impact on country music. Born on April 5, 1940, in Dyess, Arkansas, Tommy Cash was the youngest of 7 children born to Ray and Carrie Cash. The Cash family lived in a small farmhouse during the Great Depression, and music was a major part of the family's life. With Johnny Cash already establishing himself as a musical prodigy by the time Tommy was a teenager, Tommy was exposed to the magic of country music from a young age. The Cash family's humble beginnings were formative for Tommy, who often spoke about how his upbringing instilled in him a sense of perseverance and deep love for the American working class. Like his older brother Johnny, Tommy's music would reflect the struggles and triumphs of the common man, and he found inspiration in the rural lifestyle they grew up with. Tommy's early musical influences, aside from Johnny, included traditional country acts like Hank Williams and Ernest Tubb, as well as the burgeoning rock and roll scene that captivated the young Cash boys in the 1950s. But while Johnny was finding success as a pioneer of a darker, rebellious side of country, Tommy's path took him to different corners of the genre. By the time Tommy reached adulthood, Johnny was already a superstar, dominating the airwaves with hits like I Walk the Line and Ring of Fire. While many might have found it daunting to pursue a career in music alongside such a towering figure, Tommy embraced his own path with determination. After serving in the U.S. Army in the early 1960s, Tommy began his musical journey in earnest. Tommy's first break came when he signed with Musica Records in 1965, and he quickly began to gain attention for his smooth baritone voice and emotional delivery. His early work was more rooted in the traditional Nashville sound than Johnny's darker, more outlaw-inspired music, but it still showcased his undeniable talent. In 1969, Tommy Cash enjoyed his first major hit with Six White Horses, a poignant ballad written in the wake of the tragic assassinations of John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. The song, which reflected the collective mourning of a nation, became a top 5 hit on the country charts and cemented Tommy's place as a major figure in the genre. Over the next few years, Tommy released a string of successful singles, including Rise and Shine and One Song Away. His voice, imbued with sincerity and warmth, resonated with listeners, and his songs often explored themes of love, loss, and resilience, hallmarks of classic country music. While he never reached the commercial heights of his brother Johnny, Tommy earned a loyal following and continued to perform throughout the 1970s. For much of his career, Tommy Cash was inevitably compared to his older brother, and the connection between the two often loomed large over his work. However, Tommy always embraced his relationship with Johnny with grace and humility. The two brothers shared a close bond, often performing together on stage, and Tommy never harbored any ill will toward Johnny's massive success. In interviews, Tommy spoke fondly of his brother, describing Johnny as a mentor, role model, and friend. Tommy's relationship with Johnny also had a more tangible impact on his career. In the late 1970s, Johnny produced an album for Tommy, the Stonewall Jackson Album, a collection of songs inspired by the life of the Confederate general. While the album didn't become a massive commercial success, it allowed Tommy to showcase his storytelling ability and his passion for history. Despite the shadow cast by Johnny's iconic status, Tommy always maintained that he was proud to be part of the Cash family legacy. He once said, "Johnny set a high bar, but we all did what we could to make our own mark. I'm proud of what we accomplished as a family." As the 1980s and 1990s rolled on, Tommy Cash continued to tour and release music, although his presence on the charts waned. Still, he remained a beloved figure within the country music community, admired for his gentle demeanor, kind-hearted nature, and dedication to his craft. In the years following Johnny's death in 2003, Tommy became a bridge between his brother's towering legacy and the ongoing evolution of country music. Tommy often played tribute shows in honor of Johnny, performing at events celebrating his brother's life and influence. He also served as a protector of the Cash family legacy, ensuring that Johnny's music and message continued to resonate with new generations of fans. He was a frequent guest at the Johnny Cash Heritage Festival in their hometown of Dyess, where he would share stories about their childhood and reflect on their intertwined lives. In addition to his contributions to country music, Tommy was involved in philanthropy and civic causes. He was particularly passionate about supporting veterans, often performing at events and fundraisers for military organizations. In the final years of his life, Tommy slowed down his touring schedule but remained active in music. He released several gospel albums and performed at select venues across the country. His love for music never waned, and he maintained a deep connection to his fans, who cherished his authentic approach to storytelling. When Tommy Cash passed away in September 2024, tributes poured in from across the music world. Country artists, both young and old, honored Tommy's contributions to the genre and his lasting influence as both a musician and a member of one of country music's most famous families. His death marked the end of an era, as he was one of the last remaining figures from the golden age of country music. Tommy's legacy is one of resilience, dedication, and deep familial love. He may have lived in the shadow of Johnny Cash, but his light shone brightly in its own right. His voice, his music, and his spirit will continue to echo in the hearts of country music fans for generations to come. As the world says goodbye to Tommy Cash, we remember him not only as Johnny Cash's brother but as a talented artist in his own right, an American original whose songs told the story of a life well lived. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to daily updates and never miss a video.